So let's look at the lab 2 question 1, which we are going to generate n number of non-duplicate integers and provide the list in a sorted way. And also it has to be support the array and also linked list implementation. Let's look at the solution that I have coded just now. So I've tried to minimize the amount of code, but I'm not sure whether there are better way of doing this or not. But have a look. I will have a class T, which will point into the particular type of the user input. So it has to be either in the array of integer or it has to be a linked list of integer, because these are the only two classes which we support in our class. So we ask the user to input a type for us so we can keep track of the type and to use in our generate method. So let's look at the core function of generate. In this core function, we have anyway the implementation underneath in my codes will be using a linked list. So if the user want an array, later we only convert it to an array. So we will initialize a linked list of ls and also the array of integer. This array of integer is in case if they want the array type, so we can provide them, we can convert into array and provide them. So we initially will have a list of 101 items, which include every integer that we can have for our the array being generated. So this list will have like 0, 1, 2, 3 until 100. And after this, I will shuffle the collections. So this collections of shuffle, the reason I use this is because definitely you can have a better way or another way of doing this, but I feel like this is a more optimized way, a more efficient way. So try to imagine, okay, since we already want the number to be non-duplicatable, duplicable, okay, so it has to be unique, right? So after we have selected one item and put it into the selected list, we need to tell our program that this number is already selected, so you cannot select this anymore. So this is one way of doing this. I have a sorted list of 101 items and I'll shuffle them. After I shuffle them, I call this sublist method, which will have a substring of a sublist of index from 0 until number. So after I shuffle the collections, after I shuffle the list, then I will sublist into 0 to number. So for example, if the number of items that we want is 5, so I will get a sublist of item 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 5 items, right? So after I sublist the item, I convert it back into a linked list and sort it using collections.sort. After I sort it, I will convert the list to the array and put in the variable which we previously prepared, the array variable. So now we already have two variables. One is the list, which is in a linked list of integer. Another one is array, which is in the array of integer type. So if the type which we asked for the user input just now is an array, we will give them a array type. Else, if it is a linked list type, we'll provide them the linked list. Else, I will just throw the unsupported operation exception, which I will return an error to the program, saying that, oh, the type you have inputted just now is not a valid input. Yeah, so this is our main program. It's a little bit lengthy because of the reason I want to keep track of the type. So have a look at this line. So this line is initializing a number generator, which inside I have put an integer array. And here, this lengthy stuff in a parameter is the type which we want to keep track of. Initially, we'll have a integer array. This is an object of integer array of a size 0. I get a class first. After I get the class information, I convert it to the class of type integer array. So this is a casting which is unsafe. There's a reason why it's a yellow line down here. So if you want it to be a casting safe line, maybe you can try to think of the optimization, how to improve it. Yeah. So here, this is the array which we will be storing the result, and this is the number of items which we want. After I put it into the array, then I can try to print the result to see if it is right or wrong. Same goes to the linked list. This linked list is also being casted into the class. This is the type which we can keep track of the class type. Then this is the instance of linked list. Get the class information and also convert it into the type. Alright, now same thing here. We can test run. So as you see, this is a generating 10 numbers, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is also 10 and it is sorted. So you can have like different approaches in terms of the uh, implementation in generate method. But I think the idea will be similar. So you can try to figure out online how to do a generate casting stuff, how to get the generate type in runtime. I see there's so many ways of doing this, including there's a library called reflection library in Java. But all of these are lengthy, so it's up to you to decide what's the most suitable way of doing the generate operations. Well, that's it for question 1. If you have any problems, feel free to discuss together. See ya.